Hello friends, I'm back, and today we'll be talking about Vanda falcata. This video is actually a care collaboration with some fellow YouTubers, and those folks are What's Up Orchids, Orchidea, Lynn Smith, Fernanda Nascimento, Orchids and Succulents, Nicole Deanna, Orchids and Finbos, Petals, Sepals and Spines, Orchids at Home, Mary G Orchids, Justin's Orchids and More, Todd's Tropicals, and the fabulous Ninja Orchids. This darling little Vanda can be found in China, Korea, and Japan. The flowers to this plant are so pretty and the fragrance is just out of this world. In its natural habitat, this plant grows attached to other trees, to the trunk, or to the branches. Although it is attached to them, it is not parasitic, which is why it is called an epiphyte. In Japanese, these are referred to as wind orchids because of the way they grow, obviously. They're also called the samurai orchid because in ancient Japanese culture, these were very revered plants. And so if you had one of these, it's because you were part of the ruling class and you had lots of that green. This care collab couldn't have come at a better time. In checking my plant, I noticed that there was mold growing inside. I had recently transferred it to my tent to increase the ambient humidity, but obviously that was a bad idea. The mix I had it in was high in sphagnum, and with the combination of humidity and watering, it led to mold. So I'm gonna get it repotted to take care of that. This plant will be going into self-watering in leca, so there it is, washed and ready to go. The outer pot, the inner pot, and the thread to connect the two, so to speak. Let's go. All right, so we'll get started by removing the old media. We'll do that carefully to try to not damage the roots. As you can see, the mold is pretty intense in there. It's just white speckled mold. I think it's pretty common in really humid and wet conditions. So we're definitely gonna take care of that. You will see. I'm just giving the roots a little examination, make sure everything else is fine otherwise. And other than the mold, we're looking really good. As you can see here on these roots, the mold is present. But I got news for you, little mold. You gotta go. I got a little something for you, mold. It's called 5 and 20. I have prepared the solution according to the directions on the little tag that comes with the bottle. So hopefully this will take care of the problem. We're gonna let it soak for 5 minutes and we'll be right back. 5 minutes later. All right, so the soaking is complete. As you can see, it's pretty clear. The spots on the roots are normal. I did watch the mold melt away, so that was pretty cool. As you can see, my plant does have a keiki. The oldest fan did rot. It had crown rot, and so it made a keiki, so that's interesting. Go Vandas. The time has come for me to repot for my life. As I mentioned, this plant is going into a self-watering setup. Here's my synthetic fiber, which is being put into the inner pot, which will hold the leca. The fiber will transfer water from the water reservoir in the outer pot into the media, which is leca in this case, and make it available to the plant. All that to say, the plant has constant moisture and humidity, which depending on your conditions is either good or bad. Mine tend towards the dry side, so the bump in humidity is a good thing. Since this plant will no longer be in my grow tent, it will appreciate the little extra moisture, not saying? And voila, it is done. I really like the way this potting system looks. It looks very clean. It tends towards lots of algae, so I hope that's not a big problem here with this, but we'll see. When I got this plant last year, it did come in spike, but hasn't flowered since. Here are some pictures so you can see this little beauty. This plant will continue to be grown under LED lights. It will get daily mistings of Super Thrive and flushings at every watering. That just means I take it over to the sink, I let tap water run through the media to remove any excess fertilizer, and then I fill the reservoir with the fertilizer solution. Well, my friends, that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Please do check out the other care collabs. Their links will be in the description below. See you next time. Bye.